Still I fall for you, and I don't know.
All right, guys, so I'm in one of my favorite cigar bars tonight. This is Fusion. It's in Bella Vista. Now, everybody knows that Arturo Fuentes is my favorite cigar bar. But I like this particular bar here a lot because it's not always a lot of people in here. And I know people saying, well, that makes it fun when you got a lot of people. Yeah, but for some reason, when I come and smoke a cigar, man, I just want to be like relaxed and stuff. And not that Arturo Fuentes, sometimes, like the later it gets, then, people people leave out. Because most is like almost like an after work type thing where people go to after work and they stay from maybe 4:30 to maybe 8:30. But here, you come over here, man, and depending on what's going on, they got an event, then yeah, some people are here. But most of the time, at least when I come, there's not that many people get here. But now when the games here, when they have the games like the playoffs and the finals, depending on which day it is, you will see people here. So, but yeah, man, I just came here because this is game 5 of the finals, and I'm hoping Boston go ahead and pull this baby out. By the time this video come out, you guys will probably already know who won. Or Boston may be champions, let me put it like that. They may be champions. So we're gonna see what happens, and hopefully Boston pull it off. All right, so let's start with the topic of this video. Now, I do get messages from people who ask me about how I pay my taxes and things like that. Do I still pay taxes in the US? Well, the quick answer is yes, I still do pay taxes in the US. But I also wanted to talk about, what I actually do with my money when I receive it. Give you an idea of, especially when you're working on a 1099, everything we do is 1099. So when you get 1099, guys, you already know nobody's taking taxes out of a 1099. So you need to make sure you take your taxes out of your 1099. So here's what I do when I get paid and how I manage our money. The first thing I do when I get paid is I pay my taxes. And when I say I pay my taxes is I put a percentage of my paycheck in a account where I hold it to the end of the year to pay my taxes. Some people say when you're 1099, you should pay your taxes quarterly or biannually. I think that's how you say it. But I do mine yearly. If you're on a 1099, that's the first thing you need to do is put money away for your taxes. Don't be playing with Uncle Sam, man, because Uncle Sam ain't no joke, all right? And the next thing I do with our money is I pay us. I pay my wife, I pay my daughter, and I pay myself. So out of the money we earn, yes, we pay ourselves as employees for our company. So the next thing I do is I put money into my Roth IRA. So I typically put about $300 a month minimum in my IRA account. And if I have a good month, I may do something a little bit more. Of course, I'm 1099, so of course my pay does fluctuate a little, not a lot, but it does fluctuate based on, what I'm doing, the amount of work I have. And so I put at least a minimum of $300 a month. So guys, if you don't have a IRA account and you are an independent contractor, you don't work for a company where they don't have a 401k plan, get your Roth IRA, sign up for Charles Schwab, or I forgot the name of that other, Fidelity account, or what's the other one? Fidelity, Charles Schwab, Vanguard. Sign up for one of those accounts, put you some money aside. And in my Roth IRA, I invest in ETF, index funds, and I got a few single stocks that I put some money in. But I also invest in a lot of the things that I use. Like if I got Netflix, so I'm gonna have a Netflix stock. I don't care if it's one share, but everything I pretty much have that has a stock, I'm gonna have at least one share of it. If I'm using it, I need to own part of it. So that's number 2. Number 3 is I buy me some Bitcoin. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't know anything about Bitcoin. I don't do a lot of research on it. I do have people that do invest in Bitcoin and they give me some advice on what I should be looking at when it comes to Bitcoin. So I do buy me some Bitcoin. Now I don't have a big portfolio of Bitcoin. Like I'm not putting like 30% of my earnings into Bitcoin. I have a small percentage of my earnings into Bitcoin. The next thing I do, I pay off all my credit cards. So at the end of the month, whatever we spend on our credit cards, I actually pay those off. I have multiple credit cards, but I typically only use one credit card, and I pay those off every month. I never have the balance go over. I mean, if it does go over one month, it may go over, to the second month, but rarely is it gonna go, it's never gonna go over the second month. I'm always at a credit card paid off. So the next thing I do is I send my wife our monthly bills in one lump sum every month. It's about $1,850, and that's for her to pay for everything that we have to pay for the month. The only thing that's not included in the $1,850 is our utilities, because it fluctuates and we don't know what that's going to be every month. So we end up using our debit card to pay that. And if you want to know what's included in that $1,850, we did a video on our channel, Cost of Living. You can go over there and you can watch that video. So the next thing I do is I take a portion of what's left over and I put it into our checking account. For me, I have to make sure our checking account is at a certain level. So after I put the money back into our checking account, if it went below our threshold, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take what's left over then and I'm gonna put it in a high interest savings account. And I'm just gonna let it sit there and gain interest. Those are the things that I do with our finances every month to ensure that we stay on the right track and we're doing the right things with our money. Like I told you guys before in one of her videos, man, we lost a lot of money in the past, and one of the things that we vowed to do, however you say it, is not to lose that type of money ever again. So we want to make sure we're doing smart things with our money. So I hope that answered the question to some of the people who asked, even though I know that was long-winded for, hey, do you pay taxes in the U.S. still, in the Dominican Republic? That was a long-winded answer to that. Yes, I still pay taxes, but I also wanted to share with you guys exactly what are some of the things that I do with my money. Maybe you guys can pattern, what you do after, some of the things I do. And if you do something different, or if you do something the same, or if you see something that I'm doing wrong, feel free to, recommend something to me. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to money and making money, I'm all ears about that. I'm all ears. You want to show me how to make some money or save some money? Then yes, I'm all ears on that. All that other stuff, I don't care nothing about. If you're talking about making some money, we can talk. All right? So until the end, always keep your goals at the forefront of your mind. Always live in the present, because that's the only way you're going to live your best life. And I'm finna enjoy this cigar, and I'm going to finish watching this game. I'm out.
Cause you feel